and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll. The Dirt Street Stocks in action here this evening as the Monday Night All-Stars get back into the swing of things here for the second race of their season here from USA International Speedway. All these drivers loaded into the sim, each and every one of them looking for a win here this evening as we'll get ready to set these drivers loose. They'll get ready to go to battle here for a bunch of crazy racing action once again here on Peacemaker Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do if you're just tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Make sure you drop a couple comments. Let us know who you're cheering for up in the comment section. And even if you're re-watching the broadcast, even if we're not currently live, make sure you do those steps for us right now as we get ready to rock and roll. Practice coming to a close. We're not talking about practice. We're going to get ready to talk about the racing action because qualifying right around the corner, and that's how you set yourself up for a wonderful day here at the Speedway. You need to put yourself into a good qualifying position, get that decent starting spot in your heat race. Try to work yourself through. Make sure that you stay away from those consolation races because you don't want to be in a situation where you might not make it into this main feature event here this evening. You want to punch your way through right out of the gate. You want to make sure you can lock yourself in through your heat race and not have to stress about missing out on the main feature event throughout a consolation race. As these drivers are down pit side, qualifying gonna get underway here in just a few more seconds. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun. This is going to be a good time. These guys are going to put on a heck of a show for us, an amazing race here this evening as qualifying about to hop up onto the board. Huge shout out to all of our sponsors here joining us once again for a brand new season with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Monday Night All-Stars. See the 15 ride, Steven Stefanski. That is the Steve's Lawn Care or Landscaping number 15 ride, the Sunrise Racing number 15 rolling out there onto the Speedway, looking for a quick lap time there for Muscles. We see Cameron Stefanski out there as well. Cameron there in the 2 ride rolling onto the racetrack is Evan Stefanski coming in showing the love here in this one with that heart reaction. Matt Taylor coming in with that heart reaction on the broadcast as well. Evan says Sunrise Racing Masterclass incoming. Oh baby. Well, we take a look at one of the Sunrise Racing rides right now. We were already taking a look at one of them as the Sunrise Racing Steve's Lawn Care number 15 there. That is Steven Stefanski. He's out on the racetrack. We see Jeremy Kolba out there in the 54 ride. Corey Sibley, he'll be a tough cookie to be here in this one. Same with a few of these other drivers. There's some pretty good heavy hitters in attendance here this evening. Tyler Bowman, Tyler Jackson, always 2 tough competitors out there on the Speedway. You look back through the field, you see the Sextons, you see Cody McCoy, you see Matt Taylor, William Hargraves, Jacob Stefanski, always some very tough drivers to beat. And you throw in some of the old school drivers like Jim Revis. Big Jumbo Jim, he's always been here. He's been in these Dirt Street Stocks for many of years. He's picked up a lot of checkered flags. He's been a little bit, he's been lacking here. He hasn't been on as much as he'd like to, doing a lot of home renovations and running his own race car and everything else over the last, few months. So he hasn't been on the simulator as much, maybe trying to knock a little bit of that rust off. He's looking to rebound from last week's event. Same with Jackie Whaley, his teammate in the DWR iRacing iFlag 720 ride is right now Steven Stefanski with the quick time on the racetrack as you do see that 720 ride rolling out on the Speedway. William Hargraves out there as well. We'll see where Hargraves can slot into as Caitlin Frolic coming in showing the love with the reaction. Richard Mock coming in with that like and the share. How are you, Richard? Bryce Dickinson, Brycey Bear coming in showing the love. How are you, Brycey Bear? Bryce coming in smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast as we get ready to set these drivers loose. We get ready to go green flag racing in just a few more moments. There's only about 2 minutes left here of qualifying. These drivers going to get out there and put their lap time in as quickly as possible or they will be starting at the back of the pack back for their heat races, as Hargrave's going to jump up into the 10th position as Corey Sibley with the quick time in the 9 ride. So Sibley to the top of the speed charts, going to knock off Steven Stefanski. Dakota Brown down in 3rd, Tyler Bowman in 4th, Brian Gunderson there in the 5th position. Jacob Stefanski, Jeremy Akins, Cameron Stefanski, Dylan Simmons, and William Hargraves are top 10 as of right now. Cody McCoy rolling out there on the Speedway is the number 13 machine, looking to try to have a great day at the racetrack. We still haven't seen too much out of T-Jack yet. We'll have to wait and see where the Black Diamond Mafia, Majula State Speed Shop, ShopFergie22.com, the Alpha Shark, T-Jack, Tyler Jackson rolling out there on the racetrack is the 822. Always one of those tough competitors. Did not have a good first week at Lucas Oil Speedway. Looking for a big rebound here at USA International Speedway. To wait and see where he slots in here in the qualifying as he goes right to the top of the speed charts. Tyler Jackson with the quick time here in qualifying. So the Alpha Shark taking a bite out of the field, and he'll put himself into that pole position as of right now. Still, only Cody McCoy, Nathan Trepo left to qualify here on the field. I do believe possibly both of those drivers may have gotten into the wall, so qualifying could be over here, and I don't see anyone else jumping back out onto the racetrack, so it's going to be Tyler Jackson with the quick time here in qualifying. Heck of a run and drive there for T-Jack. Rob Stefanski, Rob coming in showing the love with the like on the stream. Steven Stefanski coming in with that thumbs up as well. My boy Cody, Mr. Horton coming in, showing the love with the thumbs up on the broadcast as well, as Rob says, glad to be back on Mondays. Good luck, Stefanski boys. Rob, we're glad to see you back in here on the Mondays. We're glad to see you back in here showing the love and cheering on all the Stefanskis in the field, as once again another Stefanski strong field here this evening. I do believe we got Steven, Jacob, Cameron. Is that it? We only got the 3 Stefanskis here? Looks like we only got the 3 Stefanskis here this evening. Normally we see at least 4, maybe 5 of them out there on the racetrack, so we're slacking in the Stefanskis, but still 3 very fast cats here in this field. So we'll get ready to set them loose and see where each and every one of these drivers will end up, as I do believe the top 4 invert here for these heat races. Yes, top 4 invert, top 3 will transfer through to the A main feature event. Philip Sexton in the 2020 ride will start in the pole position. So you get a good look there at the Mad Dog, the Doghouse Racing ride. That is the beautiful 2020 machine of Philip Sexton, starting on that pole position. To his outside, the Sunrise Racing WB Grave Designs number 2. That is Cameron Stefanski. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Bowman Design 79 ride, that is Tyler Bowman. Into his outside, our pole sitter, that is the Black Diamond Mafia, Majula State Speed Shop, Johnson Speed Shop, ShopFergie22.com, 5.6 graphics ride of Tyler Jackson. Starting in position number 5 in the DWR, that is the Dirt Warrior Racing, iRacing, iFlag, Evil 1 graphics, number 720 of Jackie Whaley. To his outside in the Dirt Vision 66 machine, the dirt car ride, that is Charles Minders. And bringing up the rear of the field here in the number 42 NT, that is the Witch Doctor Nathan Trepo, as the GoPro Hydros number 42 NT ride Throw Down Motorsports machine will start there in the 6th position. Now, he was supposed to start in 7th, but it looks like the 2020 of Philip Sexton will get a back of the field start here, so he will roll to the end of the line. He'll start at the back of the pack, so going from the front row to the back row for Philip Sexton. We'll see if he can work himself through the traffic. Out in front, that will move the number 2 in the 79 to the front row, so Cameron Stefanski, Tyler Bowman, 1 and 2 here for the first initial start of the evening, as my boy William Hargraves coming in showing the love. Jakey Boo, Jake Stefanski coming in with the heart reaction and the share on the broadcast. Richard says, let's go Mad Dog. He says, let's go Mad Dogs. As Evan Stefanski says, 2 weeks and I will return. Don't count me out. We'll never count you out, Evan. We'll never count you out, brother. 100%. We won't count you out here. Not in this series, not in any series, brother. Whenever Stefanski's out there on the racetrack, they're always a threat for either a good time or a bad time. They're a wild group of drivers, but they are some fast cats, and we're getting ready to see one of them here in heat race number 1. As the pace truck gonna make the hard left-hand turn back down pit side, he will unleash this field to our flag man as Tyler Bowman getting a great jump as our pole sitter, the 79, down into corner number 1, looking to clear the 2 right. Might have gotten up a little bit too high. Here comes Cameron Stefanski down low. Stefanski will quickly cross him over, drive back down to his inside. They go door to door down the back straightaway. Door to door for the top spot here as Tyler Bowman up on the high side. A little bit of beating and banging, a little bit of bumping right there as Tyler Jackson getting that rear bumper pushed in from the 66 of Charles Minders as Minders came in there, gave him a big swag, trying to get that 822 moving as TJ just trying to play it cautiously here, waiting for these guys to get a little bit more single file in front of him. Now he's going to make the move to the outside of that 79 of Tyler Bowman. He quickly closes in on the back bumper of Cameron Stefanski. Stefanski out in front all by himself here. Single file for the top 2 spots down the front straightaway. As T-Jack slides into second, Tyler Bowman, our pole sitter, trying to hang on to that third and final transfer position into the A main feature event as Minders looking to take that top or that third spot away from him, and he'll clear him down the back straightaway. So move the 79 from the front row back to outside of a transfer spot as here comes Philip Sexton from the rear of the field. Jackie Whaley, Nathan Trepo all right there looking to try to work themselves into one of those transfer positions. The 720 of Jackie Whaley gets up into the outside wall there ever so slightly. He's going to bounce it off the outside wall again out at corner number 2. That car's getting some work into it here. It's got a little bit of damage on that right-hand side, a little bit on that left front, as well as the DWR iRacing iFlag ride. Struggling here with handling, trying to keep that car pointed in the right direction and out of the outside fence as Philip Sexton's worked around him into that 5th spot here. Unfortunately, if you're in that 5th spot, you're on the outside of a transfer spot looking in, and same with your 4th place driver, the 79 of Tyler Bowman. Started on that pole, was able to stay kind of out in front, battling with the 2 ride of Cameron Stefanski for a lap and a bit, but then gave it away, and ever since then has slid back here to that 4th position, and he's starting to slide away from our top 3 as they know that all they got to do is just finish strong here. No bumping, no beating and banging. The top 3 know that they can work themselves into the show here through this heat race, as only 3 drivers will transfer through directly into our A main feature event. Everybody else will be going to the consolation races. As Cameron Stefanski continues to lead the way, he's trying to hold off Tyler Jackson as T-Jack looking to try to take position number 1 away from that 2 ride. He's right there putting the pressure on his back bumper. He's taking a couple looks to the outside. He's taking a couple looks down to the inside. Hasn't been able to find the run he needs to clear or go door to door with that 2 machine of Cameron Stefanski. As that Sunrise Racing number 2 ride's gonna see a shot right here. Here comes Tyler Jackson. Jackson with the slide job, a big hit into the back bumper as Stefanski drives directly back into him, and then more contact down the back straightaway. Looks like T-Jack lit off the throttle down the back straightaway with the contact. Felt like he decided that was going to be enough for him just to give the spot back. He wants to do that as cleanly as possible, not make a mistake, not get penalized for making contact on a pass here, as you will get penalized for contact passing. So playing it clean, playing it smart. T-Jack gives the spot back to Cameron Stefanski. Unfortunately, that allows the number 79 of Tyler Bowman to clumb back closer and closer to the rear bumper of Charles Minders. As Minders trying to hold on to position number 3. The white flag has been displayed here in our first heat race of the evening. T-Jack once again down low, looking to try to take this race lead away, but the outside lane gonna pay dividends down the back straightaway as the 2 rider Cameron Stefanski will lead him down into 3. A little bit of a block there out of the 2 ride as he takes the inside lane away from Tyler Jackson, bumping and banging back there behind him, but it's Cameron Stefanski who picks up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Tyler Jackson there in second, and Charles Minders in that third and final transfer spot. Meaning Bowman, Whaley, Sexton, and Trepo will all be heading to the consolation races. As we'll get ready here for heat race number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we'll get ready to do it all over again here for heat race number 2. Oh, baby! This has been some great racing already here on the evening, and we'll get ready to do it all over again. And starting on the pole in the number 15 machine, that is the 5.6 Graphics NLR Papa Mike Promotions number 15 ride of Matt Taylor. To his outside, I do believe, will be the 9 ride of Corey Sibley. Sibley will start in position at number 2 on the racetrack. The 88 of Brian Gunderson will start there in position number 3. To his outside in the iRacing iFlag DWR Evil One Graphics 57, that's Jim Revis there in that 4th position. Then he's going to have Jeremy Kolba in the 54. Start on the inside of row number 3. He'll have the Helpton Gaming number 13 of Cody McCoy start there in the 6th position. Dylan Simmons, who is supposed to start on the outside of the front row, will serve a penalty and start at the rear of the field here for the Throttle Down Motorsports number 33. So Simmons back there in 7th, as we are quickly back to green flag racing here at USA International Speedway. Corey Sibley looking to try to take this race lead away from the 15 of Matt Taylor down the back straightaway. A big run for the Dirty Rhino Welding Team CFM Esports number 9 machine. As Sibley on the high side, Matt Taylor down the bottom side. Looks like the outside will prevail at a corner number 4 as Corey Sibley leads lap number 1 here in heat race number 2. Sibley going to stick with that high side lane as Matt Taylor going to stay down low here. He's going to have to be careful as here comes that 88 of Brian Gunderson. Jim Revis right there in position number 4 and looking for more as Kolba, McCoy, and Simmons rounding out our field here in this heat race as Corey Sibley looking to try to open up a little bit of a lead. The 9 ride out in front, a car length and a half between himself and Matt Taylor. He's going to try to get that NLR House of Speed number 15 ride pointed back in the right direction here, trying to hunt down that 9 ride, trying to put a little bit of pressure onto his back bumper, but hitting his marks, keeping himself pointed in the right direction. Corey Sibley continuing to lead the way. 2 car lengths down the front straightaway into quarter number 1 as Taylor hangs on to second. Gunderson there in third, trying to hold off Jim Revis as Revis now starting to get a little bit of a gap between himself and our 5th place driver. So it's almost becoming a 4-car battle here in the front of the field as they start to open up a few car length lead between themselves. And you see Dylan Simmons making a little contact right there. The 54 ride of Jeremy Kolba gonna go around. Cody McCoy also tied up in that one, but Kolba heavy damage, McCoy heavy damage right there as well, as we will play that one back and take a look at it as very tough break right here. Looks like the 33 sends it in down low, pretty deep here on the bottom side of the racetrack. And as he does, he just slides up the speedway. He's going to make some contact right there as he tail takes the 54 ride. Just kicks that rear end out and around it. Unfortunately, nowhere to go for Cody McCoy as McCoy comes in and cleans him out and then makes hard contact himself with that outside fence. I'd say McCoy got the worst end of that deal. Is heavy damage for the Helpton Gaming number 13 machine. As we keep on rolling though, no caution flag on the speedway. It is still Corey Sibley leading the way, but Matt Taylor not letting him run away with it, sticking right there with him. Only a couple car lengths between 1st and 2nd position on the racetrack. Brian Gunderson back there in position number 3 as Jim Revis back in position number 4 on the outside looking in as Brycey Bear. Bryce, Mr. Dickinson says, come on, Matt, cheer it on Mr. Matt Taylor, is Matt Taylor one of the newest members of the House of Speed NLR team here, the Next Level Racing team, as he's got that beautiful looking paint scheme hooked up here this evening. It's a fixed setup, but nonetheless, the team coming together, cheered him on, showing the love here for Matt Taylor, and they've been racing, they've been working together, been giving him some pointers, helping him out, and looks like he's got that 15 car figured back out here once again, back into great form, and running some great lap times right here behind our race leader as Matt Taylor in position number 2. He's starting to run out of time, though, to make a move here to see if he can jump back out in front of Corey Sibley. Sibley runs some different lanes now at the front of the field, not just staying glued to that outside lane. He's starting to cut down a little bit more on corner exit, getting a great run down the hill, especially there at a quarter number 2. We got a great look at it, and he was able to open up a little bit extra of a lead as we see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Corey Sibley is Sibley. Nice and easy through quarter number 1 and out at quarter number 2. He'll look to add a little bit to his lead. 0.4 of a second down in at quarter number 3 for the final time here in heat race number 2. Corey Sibley out at quarter number 4 will pick up the second heat race win of the evening. Matt Taylor there in position number 2, and Brian Gunderson in that third and final transfer spot here in this heat race. That means Jim Revis, Dylan Simmons, Cody McCoy, and Jeremy Kolba will all be heading to our consolation races, as only the top 3 advance. Everyone else will hang to those consies as we'll get ready for heat race number 3 here on the evening. I do believe we're going to have 4 heat races here this evening. 4 heat races for these drivers to duke it out. So 4 heats, 4 great races about to get underway. Is starting on the pole in the number 9 ride. That is Michael Olson, who will be starting here in that top spot as the Swindell Speed Labs number 9 machine, starting in position number 1. To his outside in the Wild Bills Race Designs, the Malum Electric Vivs Liquor Dirt Panda number 71, it's William Hargraves, starting in position number 2. Starting in the 3rd spot in the number 32, it is the Sunrise Racing Throttle Down Motorsports WP Grave Designs ride. That is Jacob Stefanski, and to his outside, it's Muscles. It's Steven Stefanski in the Steve's Lawn Care number 15 ride, the Sunrise Racing Machine, there in position number 4. Starting in the 5th position on the racetrack in the 2020 ride, that is the Sexton's Paint and Body Sexton Racing number 2020 ride, the Doghouse Racing ride of Jeremy Sexton and Brian Taft to his outside in the DWR Sim Racing, the BCR Sim Racing Products Dirt Race Memes, the iRacing Dirt Memes there in the 6th position here. Only 6 drivers for heat race number 3. Quickly, Michael Olson out in front leads the way here. Olson out in front with, here comes the 32 of Jacob Stefanski down on the bottom side. Stefanski making quick work here on the Speedway as he's working to the inside. Not only a William Hargraves, but also our race leader, Michael Olson. Can the 32 find a run down low to maybe jump up and clear one of these 2 drivers as he battles door to door there with William Hargraves for position number 2. The 9 ride on Michael Olson, he sees that the 32 ride's making some payday, finding some pay dirt down on the bottom side of the racetrack, and he jumps down there, takes that lane away from him in corner number 3 and 4, but quickly right back up to the high side, gets a little tight on quarter entry for the 9 machine as he had to check up ever so slightly, going to tighten things up as the 71 of Hargraves, the 32 of Jacob Stefanski right there ready to bounce. Steven Stefanski on the outside of a transfer spot looking in here. He's looking to try to reel to the outside here of Jacob Stefanski, trying to put himself into the show, maybe knock Jake outside of a transfer spot as Jeremy Sexton right there in position number 5 as here comes another big run for Jacob Stefanski and William Hargraves as they almost go 3 wide for position number 1 on the Speedway. Great racing here again in heat race number 3 as heat race number 3 put on another great show for us. Is out at quarter number 4, another lap gonna get clicked off the board. 6 more laps left to go here in heat race number 3 here on the evening. It's Olsen trying to hang on, trying to keep himself out in front. Stefanski looking to try to clear William Hargraves here. Hargraves looking to try to clear that 32, and you see Steven Stefanski right there ready to pounce. If anything happens and one of those drivers in front of him makes a mistake, he'll be right there to poke his nose into the fun at the front of the field. Brian Taft is able to work himself around as the BCR Sim Products iRacing Dirt Memes number 83 ride rolls into the 5th position as the Gonky Floyd Consulting number 2020 of Jeremy Sexton slides back to position number 6 on the racetrack. My boy Cody McCoy says, man, my bad luck continues. It looks like but the in real life car stayed together, so it's a win in my books. Hey, as long as the in real life car stayed in one piece, didn't cost you much money to go to the racetrack and have a good weekend racing, then that's always a good thing. If your iRacing car gets destroyed out there at the racetrack, it's no big deal. It doesn't cost you any money to get wrecked, as we do see some contact deeper in the field as Jeremy Sexton and Brian Taft make contact there out at quarter number 4. I'm not sure what might have happened here between the two of them, but the 2020 ride back in 6, he sends it in way down low here on this number 83 as Taft gets a little bit loose right there. Just opens up the door for the doghouse chassis number 2020 to poke his nose into the battle right here, and Taft trying to stay pointed in the right direction. The 2020 comes in, makes a little bit of contact with them, and they just get tied together, and then up the racetrack 83 in the 2020 ride goes. Unfortunately for Brian Taft, he finds hard contact with that outside fence, and some tough luck right there for the 2020 and the 83 machine. As out in front, Michael Olsen continues to lead the way. Jacob Stefanski's finally cleared the 71 ride of William Hargraves, so he's on the back bumper of that 9 ride, looking to try to take the top spot away. Hargraves right there ready to pounce as well, as Steven Stefanski knows that he's on the outside looking in here of a transfer spot as the white flag has already been displayed. So for the final time here in heat race number 3, down into quarter number 3, nice and easy out of quarter number 4, nose to tail off of quarter number 4, but it's the 9 ride of Michael Olsen who will pick up heat race win number 3 here on the evening. Jacob Stefanski gonna come home in second, and William Hargraves in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Means Steven Stefanski, Jeremy Sexton, Brian Taft will all be heading to our consolation races. As we'll get ready here for heat race number 4, our final heat race of the evening, getting loaded into the sim, and each and every one of these drivers looking for the win here in this one. Starting on the pole in the other 2020 ride is the 120 machine. That is Jacob Sexton, who will be starting here in that pole position. The doghouse chassis Sexton Racing. Sexton paints and body number 2020 ride will start here in the top spot. Is outside in the 50 ride, the Mazda Racing Machine. That is the 50 of Charles Davis. Starting in position number 3, the DWR number 57 ride. It's Jeremy Akins there in that 3rd position. To his outside in the Throttle Down Motorsports number 19 is the Frosty's Automotive ride. That is the 19 machine of Dakota Proud. Starting in the 5th position in the 4 car, it's the Carl Works machine, the number 4 ride of Ryan Howard. Into his outside in the Snap-on Tools 019, it is Russell Harrell. 6 more drivers, 3 more transfer spots here for heat race number 4 as we are quickly back to green flag racing. The green flag quickly back into the air here for these drivers as they head down through quarter number 1 and out at quarter number 2. Door to door here for that 3rd spot on the racetrack is Dakota Proud looking to use the outside lane, but contact is Jacob Sexton into the inside wall, then up into the outside fence here in 3 and 4 as our race leader runs into issues. Heavy contact. Looks like Sexton is actually going to try to take his car off the speedway here. Let me get another look at this one. As sends it into the quarter right here on the bottom side. Just cuts it in there a little bit too close. Makes hard contact with the inside wall. And then comes all the way back up the racetrack into the outside fence here as well. You get another look at right here. The 2020 down low, down through the grass, just timed that corner a little bit wrong, makes hard contact with the inside fence, washes up the speedway, and big hit here into the USA International Speedway. Corner number 3 fence here as you see the 50 ride and the rest of the field rolling right on by him here as he has some heavy damage on that 2020 ride. He's taking it down inside. It's out in front. It's Charles Davis. Charles leads the way here in the 50 ride. Dakota Proud right there on his back bumper as Jeremy Akins in position number 3 trying to hold on to that final transfer spot here through the heat races with the 4X rider Ryan Howard right there looking at trying to take that 3rd spot away. The 19 ride of Russell Harrell back in the 5th position. Would love to see a few more drivers run into issues where he might be able to move up and into a transfer spot. Unfortunately, sliding a little bit farther away from that lead pack is out in front. A heck of a run here for the Mazda Racing dirt car. Dirt Vision Chevrolet, the Mazda Racing machine of Charles Davis, who's out in front. Dakota Proud about 2/10 of a second behind him here, trying to figure out a lane to maybe make a move to pull door to door with him. May have gotten the run that he needed there off corner number 4, but he doesn't as a big run for Davis down the front straightaway. This 50 ride finding a lot of pain dirt up on the high side, finding some big runs down these straightaways here as he continues to lead the way. Jeremy Akins trying to jump up into position number 2 now as he works to the outside of Dakota Proud. Proud trying to hold on to that 2nd spot here. And if he's not careful, that outside lane may find a little bit more speed and may open up the door here for the 4 rider Ryan Howard to jump up and maybe take that 3rd and final transfer spot away from him as we see a great battle here once again. Our 4th heat race of the evening, our 4th great race of the day here as these guys are not backing down from one another. They can play it safe, run single file, do whatever they need to do, but each and every one of these drivers want to jump out here and pick up the win in these heat races. They don't want to sit back and just be happy with a transfer position. See the 4 ride of Ryan Howard really starting to put the pressure on now as he's making some big moves as they go 3 wide here at the front of the field. 3 wide at a corner number 2. Luckily enough for the 50 ride, he's able to clear both the 57 and the 19 down into quarter number 3. Looking for another big run here at a quarter number 4 as, oh, things are going to get tight. Door to door, we get a new race leader here at USA International Speedway. Jeremy Akins jumps into the top spot, but look out, here comes Dakota Proud. Right there into the fight now, the 4X. That is Ryan Howard now into the picture as a little contact between himself and the 50 of Charles Davis. Davis trying to hang on to a transfer position here in this heat race is door to door again for the top spot. Akins on the outside, the 19 of Dakota Proud down on the inside. White flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for heat race number 4. Dakota Proud, Jeremy Akins duking it out here for the top spot as Ryan Howard is clear. Charles Davis for that 3rd and final transfer position. As door to door down into quarter number 3 for the final time here in quarter number 4, the final time out at quarter number 4 in heat race number 4. It's the 57 of Jeremy Akins picking up the 4th heat race win of the evening. Dakota Proud and Ryan Howard will also punch their tickets into the A main feature event. Means the 50 ride, 19 and the 2020 of Sexton will all be heading to the consolation races, but I do believe we are going to skip our B main and C main. Looks like everybody is going to punch their ticket into the A main feature event. 60 laps of racing action here this evening, and every single driver in attendance will have an opportunity to race and try to pick up the checkered flag here on the evening. Charlie Minders coming in, showing the love, dropping that follow. Charlie, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew. Coming in, smashing that follow button, becoming a brand new member over there on the Facebook channel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing with our A main feature event here in just a few more moments. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys do me a favor. It's absolutely free to do. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you're watching over on any of the channels, as we are currently live on Facebook, YouTube and over on Twitch. So make sure you guys show the love on all of our social networks as we get ready for this A main feature event. Tag your friends, tag your family, let the drivers you're cheering for know up in the comment section that you want to see them up here in Victory Lane. As I'm going to get a quick drink into me, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump right into our racing action here on the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go as we get ready for our A main feature event. Our A main about to get underway. 60 laps of racing action here for the Throttle Down Motorsports, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Monday Night All-Stars that is about to get underway. Race number 2 here in the amazing series as these drivers get loaded into the sim. They are ready to rock and roll. Each and every one of them are looking for the win as we get ready to go green flag racing. Here with a big group of drivers, a lot of fast cats looking to try to put themselves into victory lane here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as we're going to get ready to set them loose. Starting on the pole in the number 2 machine, that is the Sunrise Racing ride of Cameron Stefanski. To his outside, it's the 9 of Corey Sibley. Starting in position number 3, it's the 09, the Swindell Speed Labs number 9 ride of Michael Olson. He's got Jeremy Akins there to his outside. DJ Tyler Jackson, the Alpha Shark, will start there in the 5th position with Matt Taylor in the 5-6 Graphics NLR House of Speed number 15 ride there in position number 6 as the Papa Mike Promotions ride there in that 6th position. The 32 of Jacob Stefanski will start in 7th. He has Dakota Proud, his Throttle Down of the teammate there to his outside. Then we see Charles Menders there in 9th and Brian Gunderson rounding out our top 10. William Hargraves back in 11th with Ryan Howard, Tyler Bowman, Jim Revis, Steven Stefanski, Charles Davis, Jackie Whaley, Russell Harrell, Jeremy Sexton, Cody McCoy, Philip Sexton, Jacob Sexton, Brian Taft, Jeremy Golba, Nathan Trepo, and Dylan Simmons bringing up the rear of the field. 26 drivers getting ready to go green flag racing here from USA International Speedway as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. As we are quickly green flag racing here in this one down the back straightaway, the 2 rider Cameron Stefanski will lead us down to the corner number 3. The pair of 9s right there looking down to his inside, though. Corey Sibley, Michael Olson in that 2nd and 3rd spot looking underneath the 2 ride, but Cameron Stefanski will lead lap number 1 here on the evening. T-Jack Tyler Jackson looking to work himself a little closer to the front of the field as he's up into that 5th position now, looking to the inside of that 57 of Jeremy Akins. Jacob Stefanski there in 6th. Matt Taylor back in 7th. Dakota Proud, William Hargraves, Charles Menders, our top 10 here early on in the race. Still a lot of side-by-side, 2-wide, 3-wide racing throughout the field as all these drivers trying to work themselves up to the front of the field. Tyler Bowman, who had a great car, has a little contact right there in front of Bowman. Bowman's going to go around. Bowman goes around Brian Taft, collected in it, and there is our first caution flag of the day. So our first yellow flag will be displayed here as Tyler Bowman gets a little bump and grind from the 019 ride of, I do believe that was Russell Harrell, who gets into his back bumper 3 wide here into corner number 1. And actually, he gets into the 019, right? Sorry about that. I anticipated that the wrong way. We saw the 019 get a big piece here of Jackie Whaley. So it starts a little bit farther in front of this 97 ride as the 019 gets a big piece there of Jackie Whaley, kicks Whaley around sideways. The 019 ride loses a ton of momentum trying to get onto the binders to avoid any additional contact with the 720. Fortunately for the 79 of Tyler Bowman does not anticipate that, gets in there deep as well, makes hard contact with that 019 ride. The 83 of Brian Taft gets into him there a couple times, and the 54 of Jeremy Kolba gets some pretty good damage as well as he bounces off that 79 ride as well. So we'll take a look and see what happened here once again as Tyler Bowman just gets in here just a little deep, but there's contact in front of him that really gets things started as he sends it in behind the 019 ride as he makes contact there with the 720. Does not anticipate those guys checking up, and unfortunately it happens at the drop of a hat. Not a lot of time to react or to get out of the way or to make moves to avoid any contact. So unfortunately, just good, tough racing out there on the racetrack. And that creates our first caution flag of the day as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Bandit and the Snowman coming in showing the love as well over on the YouTube channel. Always love to see Bandit and the Snowman coming in showing the love. Says, doing great, my friend. Good to see you. My man, always good to see you as well. Bandit and the Snowman, always glad to see you. All in the chat, cheer it on, Mr. Dr. Treepo. Is sure Treepo loves to come back, watch these broadcasts, and see all of his fans in the stands cheering him on. As Garrett Marshall coming in with that like on the stream over on Facebook. Joshua Neal coming in with that thumbs up as well. Justin Guthrie coming in showing the love with the thumbs up, as well as Richard Mock coming in with that share here once again. And so we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. It looked like across the line, the 9 rider, Corey Sibley, was scored our race leader. So Delaware final restarts. He starts on that front row all by his lonesome here in this one. So door to door, back throughout the field behind him as we go back to green flag racing. Our first restart here of the evening, in the 9 rider, Corey Sibley gets a good launch. Quickly trying to open up a car length or two lead between himself and Michael Olson, but the dog fights back here behind him as each and every one of these drivers trying to use that caution flag to their advantage to try to move forward on the racetrack. Drivers trying to hang on, trying to stop themselves from sliding backwards, but other drivers trying to work themselves a little farther forward. And you see the 71 rider, William Hargraves, just up inside the top 10. A little bit of contact there, slides back now to the 12th position as the 4 machine of Ryan Howard works things outside. Philip Sexton in the 2020 ride, looking to go 3, almost 4 wide as he was leaning all over that 15 rider, Steven Stefanski. They're going to make more contact. Steven Stefanski, look out now, almost goes around somehow, gets it pointed back in the right direction here. Somehow Muscle's able to use those muscles to his advantage right there and keep that car out of trouble. We're going to play that one back as things were getting very tight here out of quarter number 2 as he was getting leaned on hard here from this 2020 ride. As that was Philip Sexton that gets in here underneath of him pretty deep. It's the Red Line Designs, the WB Designs machine, trying to keep himself out of trouble, and Philip Sexton right there leaned on him. They make contact down the back straightaway. And down into quarter number 3, they make contact again here. And that one almost took this 15 ride out of this race as they come together down the back straightaway. Let's see if we get another good angle at this bit of contact between these two as they were beating and banging down the back straightaway. But they continued on here into quarter number 3, and there's that contact. Gets the 15 ride bent out of shape somehow or another, gets it pointed back into the right direction as now we do see the caution flag fly, and you may see a little bit of payback here, maybe just some displeasure from the 15 ride to the back bumper there. There you go, you see a little shot through his back bumper showing that he was displeased on how he was being raced there. And you see the 019 ride who's going to go around here and bring out our second caution flag. So we'll take a look and see what happened to this 019. Some 3 wide racing again, a little bit of damage for Nathan Treepo, and oh, that's a hard hit right there for that 019 to Russell Harold as starts at a quarter number 2, just 3 wide here. He's up on the high side, but slides up over the nose of the 2020 ride here, and then as they come out at quarter number 3, 3 wide, Nathan Treepo down low. Looks like they bounce off each other, the 2020 and the 42 NT up into that 019 ride, and just gets him bent out of shape. The 2020 ride bent out of shape there as well, as I do believe that was the 2020 ride of Jacob Saxon that got tied up in that one. And then you see the 019 just trying to hang on to it. Since the 79 gets in there, can't get on the binders quick enough, gives him a shot in the back end and gets him back up into the outside fence. And that's where the caution flag flies. So our second caution flag here of the evening as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing, as already some little bit of beating and banging, a little bit of contact here around the racetrack. Drivers trying to work themselves to the front of the field. Some drivers may be showing some frustrations here, not being able to get through some of this traffic as quickly as they would hope for. Unfortunately, they get a little stuck deeper in the field. They got a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it here, as the laps are already clicking down here in a quick hurry. We believe already on lap number 8 of 60. When we go back to green flag racing, it'll be lap 9 of 60, so 51 laps of racing action still left here at USA International Speedway, which is still actually quite a lot of laps. A lot of things can happen in a quick hurry. With 51 laps left in this race, it could be it could still be a very long day. It could still be a very long race with 51 laps and 26 drivers still out there on the speedway as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. 9 rides out in front, 1 and 2. It is Corey Sibley, Michael Olson, 1 and 2 on the speedway. Cameron Stefanski there in third. Tyler Jackson, Jeremy Akins, Jacob Stefanski, Matt Taylor, Dakota Brown, Charles Minders, and Brian Gunderson rounding out our top 10 here on the speedway. As Corey Sibley down and out at corner number 4, we'll see that green flag fly here once again as he puts the hammer down through the Geico restart zone, and quickly the dirty Rhino Welding number 9 ride back onto the loud pedal. As door-to-door, Stefanski and Olson battle for second. Here comes Tyler Jackson trying to poke his nose into that battle for position number 2, but they're all going to go door-to-door down this back straightaway. See Charles Minders trying to work himself up through the field here as well. He's gained a couple spots. Same with William Hargraves. Hargraves trying to work himself a little bit farther forward here inside the top 10 as he's finally gunning into that 10th position. Jeremy Sexton found himself up 6 positions on the speedway right now. He is one of the hard chargers as Jeremy Sexton and Philip Sexton both up 6 positions here on the racetrack. As right now they're around the DWR iRacing I-Flag rides of Jackie Whaley and Jim Revis as they work to the outside of the Sextons as they keep on working themselves closer and closer to the front of the field. Brian Howard right there just on the outside of the top 10 looking in here as the 4 ride there in the 12th position. Brian Gunderson rolls to his outside. Hargraves now looking underneath of that 66 for position number 9 as Jacob Stefanski trying to work underneath the 19 of Dakota Brown as teammates in the Throttle Down Motorsports rides there in the 7th and 8th position. Matt Taylor hanging on to position number 6 here as he's got Tyler Jackson right there in front of him. T-Jack there in 5th. Michael Olson sliding now back into position number 4 as Jeremy Akins works to his inside. So Akins looking to jump up into 3rd here as Cameron Stefanski back into 2nd. He's trying to hunt down our race leader of Corey Sibley as Sibley still continuing to lead the way here. Took that race lead early on in this evening. Look back since then. He's been able to use these restarts to his advantage, and it sets him up here for a good day at the speedway as he's trying to keep that Steve's landscaping number 2 ride back there at base. The Sunrise Racing ride there in 2nd, having himself a great day at the speedway as Olson and Akins continue to battle for position number 3. T-Jack and Taylor battling here for position number 5. Dakota Brown right there, Minders, Stefanski, and Gunderson round out our top 10 here on the speedway. As these guys battle out there on the track, we take a look back through some of the other drivers throughout the field. We see Nathan Trebo, 57, Jeremy Kolba there in the field. We see Russell Harold right there in front of him. Cody McCoy, after missing last week's race, good to see him here in the A-Main feature event this evening. Unfortunately, back in about the 22nd spot as he battles with Jacob Sexton and Charles Davis. Charles had a great heat race going there. Unfortunately, slid outside the top 3 for the end of his heat race, but he was able to lead quite a few laps. Looked very, very strong. I believe in heat race number 3 on the evening, and looking to try to work himself up through the field. Tyler Bowman right there as well, the 79 ride. Unfortunately got tied up in that early race incident there in the 79 with that little bit of damage, had to come down pit side. He's trying to rebound from that as he's worked himself back inside the top 20. He's currently back in the 19th position here as Philip Sexton right there in front of him, and then Brian Taft, a little gap there, just there in front of those two. As Steven Stefanski back there in 16, trying to hang on to it as the 71 rider William Hargraves now slides back into the 15th position here. Hargraves sliding backwards on the speedway as well, still rolling the inside lane here. I'm not sure if that's just him trying to be patient, trying to keep the tires underneath of him. Didn't run that inside lane, trying to save some equipment here for late in the race as everyone else still running the outside lane very, very strong. So it could be a strategy move for the 71 as the laps continue to get clicked down here at USA International Speedways. Here comes Michael Olson Olsen looking to jump up into position number 2 as he goes around the 2 wide of Cameron Stefanski. So Stefanski slides back now to 3rd as Michael Olsen works back around that 2 machine. Olsen now going to try to hunt down our race leader as Corey Sibley on cruise control here at the front of the field, has a 1.2 second lead down here into quarter number 1. So just over a second between himself and our second place driver, Michael Olsen. As Cameron Stefanski there in 3rd, Jeremy Aikens, Tyler Jackson, our top 5 here on the Speedway. The NLR House of Speed Pop-A-Mike Promotions number 15 ride of Matt Taylor rolls there in the 6th position. A great run here for Charles Menders as Menders there in the 7th position. Dakota Proud, Jacob Stefanski, Brian Gunderson round out our top 10. Jim Revis there in 11th with Jeremy Sexton and Jackie Whaley in 12th and 13th. And then we see Ryan Howard and William Hargreaves battle there for the 14th and 15th position. The 15 ride of Steven Stefanski back in 16th with Brian Taft, Tyler Bowman, Philip Sexton, Charles Davis. Our top 20 on the racetrack is contact. Both the DWR rides up into the outside fence here. Jackie Whaley and Jim Revis both getting up into the outside fence in quarter number 4. Let's play this one back and take a look and see what happened as 57 sends it down low. He's trying to work himself inside the top 10 here. Unfortunately, he just goes up the track. It's a little contact over the nose of the 88. Gunderson, nothing he can really do right here except for just hang on as the 57 is going to go right up and over his nose. See if we can get another look at it here. Here comes Jim Revis up over the nose here of the 80 ride. And as he goes over the nose, he's trying to get checked up. Can't get checked up quick enough. Sends the 57 right up the speedway in front of his teammate as a pair of the iRacing iFlag DWR rides come together. Pretty heavy damage for both of those cats. They both slide back about 4 or 5 spots on the speedway. A tough hit there for both of them as they keep on rolling on the racetrack. Here we see the 80 ride slide back. Ever so slightly is the 80 machine there in position number 15 now. As he also slid back a couple spots there. So a tough break for some of our drivers that were just almost inside the top 10. They were just outside the top 10. Now they're all battling back here just around the 15th position on the speedway. As Corey Sibley continues to lead the way, his lead starting to evaporate though as Michael Olsen been running him down here. Olsen slowly but surely reeling in that 9 machine of Corey Sibley. Sibley trying to keep himself at the front of the field, trying to keep himself out of trouble here as they battle out there on the racetrack. Clean and green racing as we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. give it up here for all these drivers, putting on a great show as the battle at the front of the field continues to rage on. We watched this battle for a little bit from on board with the 9 rides here as Corey Sibley and Michael Olsen continue to duke it out here at the front of the field. These two have been running almost door to door here for a lot of laps at the front of the field. As they continue to duke it out, only 20 more laps of racing action left. Here from USA International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been enjoying this racing action, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to be coming home right here with it, with our final laps of the evening. As out in front, it is still Corey Sibley, but a big run right here from Michael Olsen, as Olsen looking to take a run down to his inside here for position number 1 on the racetrack. Gets a little loose there through the middle of the corner right underneath of Corey Sibley. Had to quickly make a move there, keep himself out of trouble and point it in the right direction. We do see some contact deeper in the field, and our third caution flag of the day is going to fly. Our third yellow flag of the day will be displayed here, as it looks like Brian Gunderson and Jackie Whaley come together here. We'll take a look here as the 80 machine, he may be one of the first drivers to go around here in this incident, as he sends it into corner number 3. Oh, contact there from him. They start to stack up. He gets onto the binders, and Jackie Whaley comes in and cleans them out. Just absolutely clocks him right there. A tough break for both the 80 and 4. Jackie Whaley here, as we'll take another look at it. Contact in front of him, I do believe, between Menders and the 71 of... that's the 71, unfortunately, there. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why. I've seen him in every single race for a long time. William Hargraves right here, as Hargraves sends it in down low. I'm not sure if there was contact before that, or if the 66 just gets in there at a weird angle. It just looks like he gets in at a weird angle. Let's see if we get another angle at this one. As 66 sends it in. Oh, he gets into the back end of the 2020 ride, loses that car. The front end, the rear end just kicks out around on him there, and nowhere to go for Hargraves. Hargraves getting checked up, trying to avoid him. The 4K going to drive into him right there. Smander's trying to hang on to it. Unfortunately for Jackie Whaley, the 80 ride spins around after that contact, and he just right into the side of Brian Gunderson. Gunderson really nowhere to go. Let's see if we can jump on board with this 80 machine, as he sends it in down low, trying to find a big run. Was not expecting things to stack up here in front of him, and unfortunately they did in a quick hurry, and they did. He's trying to get checked up, spins the car around, and unfortunately spins around right in front of Jackie Whaley. Again, we'll take another shot at it, as just looks like he loses it here himself. I don't think he had any help. I think he just down through the slick stuff, gets onto the binders to avoid contact in front of him, and as he does that, the car just goes around on him right here, right there. Just stabs the brakes, goes around. Then Jackie Whaley's going to come in here, and well, look at Cody McCoy just narrowly avoiding any contact there with Gunderson. But you see that heavy damage both for Jackie Whaley and the 80 riders. We'll get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here, as out in front the pair of 9s continue to duke it out. Corey Sibley, Michael Olsen 1 and 2 on the Speedway. Cameron Stefanski, they're in position number 3 with Jacob Stefanski, Tyler Jackson, Jeremy Aikens, Matt Taylor, Dakota Proud, William Hargraves, and Jeremy Sexton rounding out our top 10 on the Speedway. Steven Stefanski, Ryan Howard, our top 12, as we see the green flag back out into the air for Corey Sibley. Sibley quickly back onto the lap pedal, as he's going to lead us down into corner number 1. And look at the field spread out back there behind him. 2, 3 wide, a little bit of bumping and banging, as here comes the 32 of Jacob Stefanski. Jacob Stefanski with a big run here out of that 32 machine, finding another gear here on the restart, as he works down low underneath of Michael Olsen, trying to jump into position number 3 here and across the line, give it to the 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski now into 3rd. As unfortunately for Michael Olsen, may have been pushing that 9 ride a little bit too hard there, trying to figure out a way to not only catch Corey Sibley, but then trying to figure out a way to get around the another 9 ride on the racetrack. May have burnt up some of his equipment as Corey Sibley continues to lead the way here. Obviously, hasn't burnt his stuff up completely on the racetrack, but we are going to see another restart as another caution flag is displayed. So another yellow flag coming out. Here's my boy Seth Castle coming in, showing the love over on the YouTube stream. How are you, Sethy? How are you, Seth? Coming in, showing the big love there on the YouTube channel. I see you over there as well, Mr. Johnny Nolan coming in, showing the love there on the Facebook channel as well. I appreciate you coming in, showing the love, Johnny. As we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing, but we'll take a look and see what brings out our fourth caution flag of the day. Fourth caution flag, I do believe, as it looks like Cody McCoy, fortunately, his tough luck is going to continue here in this one as out the back straight away. Going to send it into corner number 3 for the Health and Gaming Main Motorsports number 13 ride. And just looks like he sees some contact in front of him. He gets onto the binders to get checked up. Unfortunately, as he does, the rear end just steps out and around. On nowhere to go for Nathan Trepo. That car hopping and jumping in the air. Kolba also collected in that one. Looks like the 80 ride going to get onto the binders to avoid him as he punches the brakes, spins his car around to avoid any additional contact. But just good, hard racing, and unfortunately for Cody McCoy in that black, red, and white Main Motorsports Peacemaker Gaming number 13 ride. You'll see him right here. He sends it into the corner. He sees drivers starting to get a little 3-4 wide, maybe some contact in front of him. So he's trying to anticipate that, gets onto the binders, and unfortunately, as he does through the slick stuff, just kicks that rear end out and around. And here comes Nathan Trepo, nowhere to go, slams into the side of him. The 54 ride getting spun around there to check up and avoid it. Same with the 80 machine, as we'll see if we can jump right on board with that 42 NT and Nathan Trepo, as he had the worst sight in the racetrack of this one, but the best clear view of what happened to the 13 ride is he'll send it in here behind him, and fortunately just nowhere to go. He actually gets a little contact on corner entry, but sees this 13 ride, tries to get down to the inside there, trying to clear him. Unfortunately, couldn't clear him quick enough. Get some pretty heavy damage there as we'll get him ready to rock and roll. We'll get ready to go back to green flag racing as once again Corey Sibley going to be looking for a big restart as he's got a pair of Stefanskis right there behind him. Cameron Stefanski in the 2 ride in that second position. Jacob Stefanski in the 32. They're in third as we are back to green flag racing here from USA International Speedway. Don't look now because here comes the shark. It is T-Jack Tyler Jackson there in position number 4 and looking for more. As T-Jack now trying to work himself up towards the front of the field here. Seems like him and Jacob Stefanski may have been waiting patiently here for their moment to strike, and both drivers starting to put that pressure on towards the front of the field here. As you see William Hargrave trying to work himself back up through the field as well as the 70 ride right there, as we're going to quickly go right back under the caution flag. It's the yellow flag being displayed here once again. Cautions breeding cautions here late in this race as drivers getting a little bit antsy out there. These are getting to the close of this feature event, so everyone giving it everything they can. No holding back, no giving up, no backing down, and unfortunately that creates some caution flags, and around goes that 15 of Steven Stefanski goes around right there, the 79. Tyler Bowman-Hart in there, the 50 ride of Charles Davis also getting a big piece of that one. Heavy damage for all 3 competitors as we'll take a look and see if we can see maybe what happened here for Steven Stefanski. As rolling to the outside here, almost inside the top 10 again for this 15 ride, and looks like he just gets in there, gets into the back end of the 2020, and I think as he does, I think Jim Revis just kind of accordion effects here, gets a piece of him as well. And that's what's going to help turn him around right there. That little bit of contact sends him around up the racetrack. Heavy damage for the 50, heavy damage for the 79. The 120-20 ride also getting some damage there as well. So Jacob Sexton, we've got a piece of him. Some tough hits right there. A couple good competitors with some tore up race cars as we'll jump right on board here with Steven Stefanski as the Steve's Landscaping, the Steve's Lawn Care number 15 ride sends it into the corner, and then he's going to get that contact, and around he goes. And from that point on, it's on like Donkey Kong, and that car gets a ton of damage in a quick hurry. So a tough break there for Mr. Stefanski, but luckily enough, he's still got a couple Stefanskis up here towards the front of the field. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, Corey Sibley leads the way. Cameron Stefanski, Jacob Stefanski, second and third here on the Speedway, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here from USA International Speedway. Woo, baby, this has been one heck of a race, and right now I think the main thing that's helping this 9 rider Corey Sibley stay out in front is that Delaware final restart. Having that front row all by himself here, able to kind of get that extra little bit of a launch, that extra little bit of a run, maybe the difference maker between him hanging on to the top spot or giving it away in a quick hurry. But a good restart that time for the 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski. Stays glued right to the back bumper of Corey Sibley. So quickly, Stefanski putting the pressure on the back bumper here of our race leader. Corey Sibley trying to hang on to the top spot, but Stefanski with a big run out of corner number 2 will pull off door-to-door down into corner number 3. So we may see our first pass for the race lead here on the evening, as Corey Sibley's been the reflection of perfection, but we do see more contact and another caution flag as looked like the number 66 of Charles Menders was going around back there. Unfortunately, some pretty heavy contact for him as we get a look back there in the contact between himself and that number 66, as that's a tough break right there again for Charles Menders. As see if we can take a look at it and see what happened here as now through corner number 3 and 4. It's a strike again. Menders in the gray and yellow 66 right here. Down the bottom side, he's going to send it into corner number 3. He gets in there a little bit deep, gets into the back end of the 42 NT and Nathan Trepo. That just gets his front end loose. He goes around, makes contact with the inside fence, and as he goes around, nowhere to go here for the 54 rider Kolba. As Kolba drives right underneath his rear end. You see Jackie Whaley, Steven Stefanski all trying to avoid contact there with them, but unfortunately, both the 54 and the 66 get stopped on the racetrack there in corner number 4, and that will bring out the caution flag once again here on the evening. So we will stack them up, we will rack them up, and get ready to do it all over again as Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson, Mama Bear coming in showing the love with the heart reaction. How are you, Mama Bear? Mama Bear coming in showing the love as Richard says, nobody will be left for the demo, for the Derby. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Fellas, save your cars, save your equipment for later on. As after this checkered flag flies, our top 3 will pull up to the front straightaway for post-race pictures, but down the back straightaway, it's Demolition Derby time as well. So a nice little feature that the Monday Night All-Stars is doing is that's putting on the, a little bit of an aftermath here for these drivers to kind of duke it out, go to battle, and, race each other in a little bit of a demolition derby down the back straightaway to get out of any frustrations or, to get some revenge on drivers that hit them throughout the race. And there's some points, there's some money on the line for all the drivers that take a place of the demolition derby. So it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time. We see some craziness in those demo derbies after the race. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, the pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn as the 9 rider Corey Sibley with another good restart here. Not the restart that Jacob Stefanski was hoping for, as Michael Olsen going to work himself around that 32. Olsen's going to pull the trigger with a bit of a slide job. Contact, around goes Jacob Stefanski. The big one down here through corner number 1 and 2 as it's a parking lot. Drivers getting checked up here, everyone trying to get through it, but we get another caution flag as, man, oh man, a parking lot down in corner number 1 as starts right towards the front of the field, man. You can tell that drivers were getting a little bit antsy here. They were ready to go, and the 9 ride with a big restart. Olsen quickly sends it in over the nose of the 32, trying to go up and over the nose of the other 9 rider, Corey Sibley, for the race lead. T-Jack, Tyler Jackson works underneath. As you see, Jacob Stefanski was just not prepared for all these drivers to come right after him there, make that 2-3 wide for the race lead or for second place there. And as he just slides up through the slick stuff here, just gets that rear end kicked down around here, unfortunately, just rear end kind of steps out on him, no forward drive. The 2 rider Cameron Stefanski with a good run just gets into the back bumper of him and helps that 32 ride go around. As he goes around, I do believe Matt Taylor going to get some damage here as well, as he's trying to stay down and out of the way, trying to get checked up here. He's going to get stopped before hitting that 32 ride, but you see everyone else up on the high side. They're trying to avoid some more of the carnage here, as let me see if we can find that 32 of Jacob Stefanski, as Jacob was not quite in the thick of things. But where's William Hargraves? There's Hargraves right here. Okay, so we found Hargraves in that Malum Electric Viv's Laker Wild Bill's Race Designs Dirt Panda ride, as he sends it in. He's getting some contact in the back end, and then he is going to find Matt Taylor. I think Taylor with some contact here in front of him. That's what kind of gets Taylor spun a little sideways, and then 71 trying to get down underneath of him, just gets clipped right here. That sends Hargraves up the racetrack hard into the side of Philip Sexton, and heavy damage there for that 2020 machine. You see Dylan Simmons trying to get checked up to avoid it. The 42 NT, the Witch Doctor Nathan Trepo in there, going to get some contact and damage between him and the 33. Then the 13 of Cody McCoy hard up into that one, up onto two wheels. 019 rider Russell Harold in there as well. The 50 ride getting checked up to avoid major contact, but a bit of a parking lot down through 1 and 2, and that changes things up towards the front of the field as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Looks like we're going to get a delayed restart here, so a delayed restart. The light's coming back on the official iRacing pace truck, so we'll get another lap around here before we go back to Green Flag Racing here on the evening. As Garrett Marshall says, do they still have brakes on the street stocks, or did they get rid of them? I think they got rid of them. I think they said, you know what, no one uses them anyways, just get rid of them, cut some weight, make them a little bit quicker, make them a little bit faster, and, cut that weight off, get rid of the brakes, the brake pads, all the brake lines, all the brake fluid. You don't need any of that stuff. That's just, aerodynamically going to hurt you with the, downforce underneath the car. It's also going to hurt you with, some drag with that extra weight in there. So they did those in. As we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at USA International Speedway. That time you see the base truck make the hard left-hand turn as Corey Sibley out in front looking to try to keep this race lead, but he's got a lot of fast cats in Hungary. Drivers back there behind him as Corey Sibley sees the 9 rider Michael Olsen once again right there in his rearview mirror. Here comes T-Jack Tyler Jackson with a big run at corner number 2. T-Jack been waiting patiently here, now up inside the top 3. He's going to be looking to try to make some moves to see if he can work himself up to the front of the field, but he's got a pair of 9s to try to get around. Cameron Stefanski there in 4th as Jeremy Aikens rounds out our top 5 on the Speedway. Jeremy Sexton up 13 positions there in position number 6 with Dakota Brown there behind him. Philip Sexton there in 8th. He's also up 13 positions. And then we see Ryan Howard in the 9th spot. Jacob Sexton up 14 spots back there in position number 10. Jackie Whaley there in 11th and Brian Taft there in 12th. And then we see Tyler Bowman, Nathan Trepo door-to-door there for the 13th position. Brian Gunderson, Dylan Simmons, Jim Revis, Cody McCoy, Steven Stefanski, William Hargraves, Jacob Stefanski, Jeremy Kolba, Matt Taylor, Charles Davis, Russell Harold, and Charles Minders bringing up the rear of the field, as I do believe Charles has taken his ride off of the Speedway. So a tough break for the 66 ride as he's the first driver off of the racetrack. As we do see the caution flag coming back out here in this one. The yellow flag coming back out here once again as the 80 ride of Ryan Gunderson going to run into some issues here. He's got Jim Revis right there behind him. Revis looking to try to work himself underneath of the 80 ride, but looks like the 80 in the 33 of, I think that's Dylan Simmons that he gets a piece of right here. Down into corner number 3, and then he just goes around and fortunately just gets in there a little bit deep. I don't think he gets any contact there with Jim Revis until he was already going around. Way in the wrong direction. Drivers coming right at him there. Stopped on the bottom side of the Speedway. We do see that caution flag fly. The officials pulling the yellow flag out, so that means we'll stack things up, rack things up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. As good idea, brakes only slow you down 100%. That's all they do. That's all they do. And we want to go fast, right? All these guys, they want to go fast. So you get rid of the brakes, you can go that much faster, Gary. That's how things work, you know. That's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it. That's big brain plays, you know. Big brain plays out there, you know. Even though you can't stop to avoid wrecks, you can find some extra speed out there. So that way, if you do get in a wreck, it's just going to be bigger and better and way cooler. So, you know, that's how it works. You know, that's how it works. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, all jokes aside, these drivers have been doing a pretty good job here. We saw the first 45 laps of this race go pretty dang clean and green. Only a couple caution flags in those first 45 laps. The last 15, 16 laps have been very chaotic, to say the least. A lot of beating and banging, a lot of contact. Drivers just trying to work themselves to the front of the field as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here. I'm going to take a quick drink, and then we'll get right back in to the racing action. Alrighty, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Looks like single file restart here, so drivers stacked up, nose to tail out there on the racetrack. So a bit of a single file restart to mix things up, and that will potentially give an extra advantage here to that 9 rider Corey Sibley, as we are single file. We're within 10 laps of racing action here, so single file here inside of 10 laps. So that is an extra good break here for Corey Sibley as he gets another good jump, trying to open up a bit of a lead. His contact back there behind him. Olsen got into the 822 with Tyler Jackson. That really mixed things up here at the front of the field and gave a huge lead down the back straightaway to that 9 rider Corey Sibley. As Sibley out in front by over a second is now hang on to it. Cameron Stefanski almost going around now. The 2020 ride beating and banging, battling. I don't know how we're still under the green flag as all these drivers bouncing around, bouncing off each other, almost going around here. Multiple drivers running into issues out there on the racetrack. Look at them lean on each other. My gosh, these guys are putting on one heck of a show here for us. As out in front, Corey Sibley leads the way. He's got to be hoping that this one stays clean and green, as he may not get another advantage out at quarter number 2 like he just did here on this restart. As he's got about an 0.8 of a second lead now between himself and Tyler Jackson. His T-Jack trying to hunt him down here in the 822 ride. He's starting to run out of time, though. He's got to catch him in a quick hurry. The 9 ride gets very tight there through the middle of quarter 3 and 4. Maybe an open door here for Tyler Jackson to jump up another 10th or 2 there on the lap, and he does. He finds actually almost 0.3 of a second that time around the racetrack. So T-Jack, he's on his way to the front of the field. Does he have enough time to get there? And does he have enough time to figure out a way to get around the Team CFM Esports Dirty Rhino Welding number 9 ride of Corey Sibley? As Sibley's been the reflection of perfection out in front, continuing to lead the way here in this race, but he's finally getting some good pressure here from Tyler Jackson, who we thought would have came into play a little bit sooner than this 4 or 5 laps left to go. But here he is putting that pressure on our race leader. Michael Olsen put the pressure on him there for quite a few laps throughout the middle of that race, but ever since then hasn't really been quite the contender he was hoping to be. As T-Jack now putting that number 822 ride right on the back bumper of Corey Sibley. Sibley goes down low. T-Jack goes up high. We'll see where they meet up here down the back straightaway as Tyler Jackson looking for a big run down into corner number 3. Oh, baby. Things are going to get tight here. T-Jack's going to try to find something. He's got to find a lane or some way or another to get around that number 9 ride. And, oh, a caution flag is going to fly. Oh, no, that may not be good news for Tyler Jackson. If he cannot get a good restart here, this one may hurt him right here and may hurt his opportunity to take that win away from the 9 ride of Corey Sibley. As we'll take a look back and see what happened, as it looks like Brian Gunderson going to get collected in another one. I do believe possibly might have started a little bit farther forward, but we see these guys come together right at the flag stand. The 80 ride goes around, but at the same time, I do believe possibly Brian Taft and some of these other drivers running into issues as well. This Taft and the 120 ride come together. Taft gets hard up into the outside fence. There goes the 33 at Dylan Simmons around. Oh, the 83 of Brian Taft again hard into the outside fence. Steven Stefanski in there as well. 57 of Jim Revis. Matt Taylor there. The 019 getting checked up to avoid it. The 50 ride also getting checked up to avoid that one. And heavy contact there for Brian Taft as we'll jump right on board here with this 83. Look at this contact. Made some contact down the straightaway. Gets very bent out of shape. Hard into the inside wall. Then down into corner number 1 here. Just gets hit again from, I do believe, Steven Stefanski, and just puts him up the racetrack hard into that outside fence, up into the air, and that may be all she wrote there for that 83 ride. Let's see if we can get another look at it here. It's very tough racing here on the Speedways. Brian Taft trying to hang on to it. You see Dylan Simmons getting in there, getting spun around himself. The 15 goes down through the grass, which slides him up into this 83 ride. Brian Taft, Stefanski made contact, just shoves his front nose of the 83 up into the outside fence, and heavy damage there. Brian Taft as he goes airborne over a car length high. Man, that was a heavy hit right there. Jim Revis then gets into it. The 19 right in there as well. The 13 of Cody McCoy getting a little bit of contact. Matt Taylor having to get checked up to avoid it as... Man, some tough breaks down this front straightaway as there was a lot of action, a lot of beating and banging and battling right there, and unfortunately a lot of drivers got tore up, including the 33 ride here at Dylan Simmons, as Simmons kind of just nowhere to go, trying to avoid the 83, gets a piece of him and gets hit from the 15, and the quick little loop-de-loop, luckily enough, not too much damage, and was able to keep on racing, but nonetheless, we go back to green flag here as the green flag quickly back out into the field. The 82, or the 822 with Tyler Jackson gets a good restart here. He's right on the back bumper of Corey Sibley. Sibley trying to keep him back there at bay. As the laps have clicked down here, we get closer and closer to the end of this feature event. Only 3 more laps left to go, 2 more this time by the start-finish line. 2 more laps of racing action here from USA International Speedway. Corey Sibley leads the way, but Tyler Jackson down low looking to try to take this race lead away from him. Door to door into corner number 2. T-Jack down low. Corey Sibley up on the high side. They head down into corner number 3. Sibley looking for a big run here on the high side as T-Jack hooked up down low. They head out at corner number 4, door to door across the line as the white flag has been displayed. 1 more lap around for Corey Sibley and Tyler Jackson to duke it out here at the front of the field. Right there behind them, a lot of hungry drivers that would love to see them make contact and open up the door for them to maybe squeeze by them, but Tyler Jackson sends it into corner number 3 up the racetrack. He washes up. Here comes the 9 ride down low. Door to door into corner number 4. Sibley gets loose in the 822 with Tyler Jackson. Jumps up and steals this win away from Corey Sibley. A last lap pass for the lead puts the Alpha Shark, the Black Diamond Mafia, Majula Safe Speed Shop, shopfergie22.com. Julius Say Speed Shop Machine into victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Tyler Jackson as he makes that last lap pass for the win here on the evening to put himself into victory lane. A great run for Corey Sibley coming home in position number 2. He led a lot of laps here this evening, all of them except for the most important one, and that was the final one. And Michael Olsen was a great run here this evening as well, coming home in position number 3. And that car hooked up all evening long, very, very fast all day here. And we'll get ready to rock and roll here. We'll get ready to set these drivers loose for our little bit of demolition derby down the back straightaway. So a demo derby gonna get ready down the back straightaway. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, give it up right now for Tyler Jackson. Give it up for T-Jack as the 822 picks up the win and pulls his ride into victory lane, man. What a run and performance there late in the race for Tyler Jackson. A huge round of applause as well to Corey Sibley and Michael Olsen as these drivers on the front straightaway getting their picture taken, getting ready here for a little bit of extra bit of celebration here, especially for Tyler Jackson as him and the crew will get ready to party. But down the back straightaway, we'll get ready to party a little bit more here as these drivers are going to get lined up for a demolition derby down the back straightaway. Oh man, Tyler Bowman really getting set up here. Jacob Sexton back there. And Jacob Stefanski, Cody McCoy, Jim Revis, Matt Taylor, all these drivers ready for this demo derby down the back straightaway, ready to beat and bang and battle. Definitely not the way they wanted their evening to go. They wanted to be up inside the top 3, but now they can work out their frustrations down the back straightaway as we get ready to duke it out here for a demolition derby here to end the evening. As man, this is good. I'm sweaty, says Bandit the Snowman. Yes, sir. We're all sweaty up in here. Wowzers, what a run and what a race right there for those drivers, man. Heck of a run, heck of a show. It's not demo derby time yet, says Just Viv. That was correct at that point in time, but now it is. Now it's demo derby time as these drivers are going to send it in there. Jacob Stefanski really sent it there as, oh, we already see a Sexton upside down right there. All these drivers flip-flopping around. Woo! Hang on to it, Matty Taylor, as he's got Jacob Stefanski parked right on top of him. Oh, baby. More big hits here down the back straightaways. This is what these drivers, I think this is really what they showed up for, honestly. I don't think they really care too much about the racing action for that first 60 laps. I think this is what they were all getting prepped for all evening long as the 50 ride goes upside down. A tough hit right there for that 50 machine of Charles Davis as he goes airborne and upside down onto his lid. Jim Revish trying to get lined up here for a big hit as we do see more big hits coming. The Sextons bouncing around. Look at Dylan Simmons trying to flip the 50 ride back over here. It's Cody McCoy right there in the thick of things. McCoy, oh, Matt Taylor going to get the 50 ride turned back onto all 4 tires here, so he'll continue on as McCoy, a hard hit there. Oh, he gets sandwiched. Oh, big hits right there. Going to get hit again. Cody McCoy just trying to hang on to it. Keep that car out of trouble here as, oh, huge hit right there. The 50 ride of Charles Davis just absolutely crunched that 120 of Jacob Sexton down the back straightaway as these drivers are letting their frustrations out there, letting their names be heard here as we see Matt Taylor upside down here himself. We'll see the 54 Akoba upside down. Oh man, heavy hits, a lot of big smoke starting to roll out of some of these drivers as these cars getting closer and closer to being absolutely destroyed here on the evening. Jim Revis going to roll over Philip Sexton there down the back straightaway as, oh, big pile up. Oh, baby. Look out now. Look out. Huge hits here. Huge hits on the back straightaway. This 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton, he'll be one to keep an eye on as he's been getting some big runs. He's been turning his car around down at the end of the straightaways. You're getting some huge momentum to really just clobber drivers down here on the backstretch, and he's been really launching some drivers airborne on the racetrack as these guys are having way too much fun here down this back straightaway. Heavy hit there between him and Kolba. See the smoke start rolling out of both drivers, both cars smoking heavily here as he's going to smash into Jacob Stefanski right there. Now he's going to make heavy contact with the 33 of Simmons, and then here comes Jim Revis in there trying to clear him out. The 79 ride, hang on to it. Oh! He was just barely able to get through there. Oh, another heavy hit there for Jacob Stefanski, wowzers, that was a big one. Look at the smoke down the back straightaway. We can barely see anything. There's so much smoke rolling down here. Looks like we're at a Snoop Dogg concert or something. My gosh, what in the world is going on here in this one? These guys are having way too much fun. Heavy smoke rolling out of Cody McCoy's ride. Heavy smoke out of that 33, as well as Jeremy Sexton lining up 57. Once again, he's going to actually flip over the 15 of Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor going to get absolutely ran through, though, from Cody McCoy, as Philip Sexton trying to roll down the back straightaway here, trying to get this 20 ride pointed back into a good direction as he's looking to try to size somebody up for another big hit. Now, the big thing that happens with these cars, the damage model, you see the front tires starting to really just go completely catawampus here. They're pointed in the wrong direction, and that's really making things tough as they're trying to get themselves turned around. As the 13 right up on top of the wall. He goes upside down, so doesn't the 2020 ride of Philip Sexton. He goes over the wall there. Philip Sexton up and over the fence right here on the back straightaway. Matt Taylor right there with him. Taylor's going to back up too far. That's actually going to take Matt Taylor out of this contest here as he'll end up down pit side. Jeremy Sexton still rolling out there. Ryan Howard still pointing in the right direction as he gets a big hit right there. They're trying to flip him over as the 57 and the 97 right there working together. Tyler Bowman trying to create some big hits here down the back straightaway. Jacob Stefanski already upside down. The 50 right also upside down, as well as Cody McCoy right there as well. Jim Ravis sizing up the 4 right here. Going to get this car back into reverse. Heavy hit right there for the 33 ride as Simmons sends that car in there. Now a big hit coming to the 019 as, woo, baby, these guys are putting on a show for us down here on the back straightaway. But as these guys continue to battle, we will take a quick peek here and see if our top 3 are waiting in the broadcast waiting room. They are. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready. We're going to pull our race winner, Tyler Jackson, up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Tyler, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one in 60 laps here at USA International Speedway. Is a very long racetrack. It's a lot of laps, a lot of green flag laps that we saw there through, the first half of this race, and just a little bit over that until we saw later on a lot of caution flags, cautions breeding cautions here late in the race. And here you come, slowly but surely, starting to work yourself up through the top 5, up into position number 2. And late in this race, you're putting tons of pressure on the back bumper of Corey Sibley, trying to figure out a way to get around him. And you finally find the way to get it done on that final lap to take this win away from Sibley here this evening, man. Take us back through this race and how you were able to get it done.
Yeah, we just kind of ran the bottom the beginning of the race, and was just trying to conserve the right rear tire, and really wasn't like losing any ground to we lost ground to the 2 leaders. They must have been running hard, Corey and Michael, but I was staying right in 5th, and that was fine with me. But the caution came out, and then Jacob was on me, and the gap that I had on Jacob, I knew he must have been saving a ton of tire, even more tire than I was. So he actually got by me, and I thought that was going to be the race. I thought he was going to get it done, but he got caught up in something there on one of the restarts. And it's easy to do here when you go down there and you got to almost slam on the brakes, and if the guy behind you doesn't slam on the brakes, you can be going around. So it almost happened to me once too. So I kept our nose clean, and then at the very end there, I felt like I had better tires than everybody around me, and I was getting these cautions were killing me. I'd finally get some momentum up, and it seemed like it just seemed like I'd stall out and caution come out. But at the very end, I didn't know what to do. I just was kind of gonna do what he didn't, and 1 and 2, we ran the bottom on the white flag lap, and then I was even with them going down the backstretch, and I think I could have ran only the bottom and been okay, but I wanted to charge the corner on the slider line, and he almost got back by me there, but he got sideways and didn't stuff me in the fence, which was nice. He's a good driver. He's a clean driver.
Absolutely good, clean racing there at the front of the field, and that's what we always like to see it. Whether or not you're on the good side of it or the bad side of it, as the outcome there, tough break for the 9 ride, but a great break here for you as you're able to make that last lap pass. But just good, hard, veteran racing there at the front of the field we saw here for a lot of this race. Not a whole lot of contact between, the front 10, front 5 drivers, even though we saw a lot of side-by-side battling, a lot of nose-to-tail out there. It was pretty good, clean, hard racing throughout this evening, and then right there at the end, obviously, very veteran move for Corey Sibley to, unfortunately take one on the chin there, as I'm sure he was trying to get as big a run as he could out of corner number 4 as he was washing up the Speedway, just decided to kick that rear end out and basically almost spin him out sideways there, coming out of 4 to avoid really running up the racetrack, getting both into the outside fence, and what could have took you both out of a podium finish here on the evening. So good veteran move there by the 9 ride, and bowing down to you there, giving you that win, and making sure that didn't take both of you guys out there. But I think you probably would have had him. You had that little bit of extra momentum, but he was going with a big head of steam down low. So it would have been interesting to see if you guys could have ran door to door across the line. But nonetheless, T-Jack, you get it done and park yourself up here in victory lane. Opposite ends of the spectrum from last week, as we saw you not have the run you were hoping for last Monday. And then here comes this Monday. You park yourself up here into victory lane.
Yeah, coming off 4, I thought I made the wrong choice because I seen he was actually had a nose on me, and then he was just gone, and I was just hoping I didn't chop him or anything. But watching the replay, yeah, he just got sideways and did a good job of staying off me, and we both finished 1-2, so that was good. Yeah, last week sucked. Yeah, had a lot going on. Internet went out. Finally got loaded back in the server like 3 seconds before warm up ended. And then we had a little issue on the track and came back from, I don't know where we were at, 24th, and got back up to 5th. But yeah, then we power went out. We had tornadoes, 101 mile an hour winds. So there's nothing you can do about that. But luckily there's one drop week this season out of 12. So hopefully 24th will be our one drop week.
Absolutely. That's always the hope that you can have when it comes to having only one drop week, only having one bad week. Unfortunately, you had to use it early in the season, but you never know if there'll be a worse finish than that or just nothing but top threes ever since that that bad finish. But nonetheless, a good one here for you this evening. A solid run and a solid performance as you park the 822 ride back up here in victory lane with the Monday Night All-Stars. Tyler, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, I got to thank Jewel Say Speed Shop, shopfergie22.com, all the guys at Black Diamond Mafia, 5-6 Graphics for keeping this shark looking good. And we got a couple different color swaps we did, which is a little different for us. So that looked kind of nice. Johnson Speed Shots, KC Speedworks with Carl Kilgore and all the open setup, dirt street stock stuff. And you for the broadcast and all the guys that put the league on. I know it's tough to put these leagues on sometimes. Just we had a money race tonight for something else and it folded because we couldn't get enough guys and just a lot of trouble and a lot of shit talking. So anybody puts these leagues on, I appreciate them, and we'll keep coming back and trying to get these W's.
Absolutely, definitely a tough break with the other race not going on, as that was going to be my next race here this evening, was going to be that money race. But yeah, unfortunately, no second race here on the evening, but we got our fill here tonight as you guys put on one heck of a show, one amazing race here, right from the drop of the first green flag right down to our final checkered flag here of the evening, and putting on that last lap pass, making the run for the win here in this one, man. Got us all up on the edge of our seats here as you guys put on a crazy finish here at USA International Speedway. Another crazy finish here in the Monday Night All-Stars, and we hope to see more and more awesome finishes like we did here this evening, and maybe more wins for yourself here throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, the rest of the year it'd be nice to lead more than one lap, so we'll try to do a little better getting up front a little sooner.
Absolutely, T-Jack. Well, we can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Monday. Hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe into victory lane.
All right, have a good night, and congrats to the top 3.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Tyler Jackson, our race winner here this evening as T-Jack picks up the win, parks himself up into victory lane. What a run and what a drive right there for T-Jax. I do believe Russell Harold, will be scored as the winner of the Demolition Derby back there. He was the only one really moving. Tyler Bowman was still in the session, but he wasn't moving very well out there, so I do believe the 79 or the 019 rider Russell Harold, not the run he was hoping for on the race, but during the Demolition Derby, he came to life and picked up the win, I do believe, in that aspect. As we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher here on the evening. He led a lot of laps, all of them except for one, the 9 run. Corey Sibley coming home here in position number 2. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Corey, it's Aaron up here on the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Corey, man, a great run and a strong performance here on the evening, leading so many laps and having such a fast car all night long. Unfortunately, not being able to get it done. There's that last lap pass from Tyler Jackson, able to knock you off this top spot, man. Take us back through this race. We saw you battling a little bit early in the race. We saw the 2-rider Cameron Stefanski giving you a little bit of a run for your money at the start. And then through the middle, Michael Olson rolled up there, and you two duked it out for quite a little while there during the green flag run, putting on a heck of a show for us. And late in this one, a lot of restarts, a lot of times you got to try to hit your marks perfectly and keep all these hungry drivers back to rep bay, and then all of a sudden the Alpha Shark ends up right on your back bumper. He's putting the pressure on you, and unfortunately he was able to take a bite out of you there in 3 and 4 and take this win away from you.
Yeah, those cautions are killer. I was actually, running with Michael, I was watching third place's split time way more than his. I was thinking, we keep a second and a half on him. I really didn't care. We could race it out. But yeah, those cautions started coming, and I was maintaining and doing fine. It just sucks when you get into a rhythm, you get into, a comfortable line, and for whatever reason, iRacing after a caution completely changes how the track is, completely changes how your tires are. So you're going into the next turn blind, and it literally did that 12 times. But yeah, it was a good win for Tyler. I, I probably could have drifted a little more and tried to slow him down, but I just didn't want to jam him in the wall and kill both of us. So kind of cranked it to the left and hoped for the best. And unfortunately, he had enough of a run to get around me at the end.
Yeah, definitely a good veteran move right there, as we talked to T-Jack about that as well, and just having you come there at a corner number 4, you timed it right. You knew he was going to send it in there deep. You got that big run. Just unfortunately, as you guys came at a corner number 4, he was right there against the wall. You were traveling up, and to avoid that contact, you just got very loose. Obviously, kicked that rear end out and around there, and almost split yourself out. But luckily enough, able to keep it pointing in the right direction, hold on to second. But taking that good veteran move, taking it on the chin like a champion right there, and not driving into the side of them, bouncing off of them, spinning yourself out, or taking the both of you out of contention of winning this race. Right down the front straightaway, only 200 meters away from the start-finish line.
Yeah, no, it's a long season. You don't. If it's a last race, maybe, but probably not even then. Like I said, it's a long season. Just yeah, I'm in it for the $600, not the setting I won at USA this year. And from what I can tell, I think me and Tyler are gonna be probably the 2 to beat. I know Hargraves has had a rough couple weeks. I'm sure he'll sneak up in there with us too. But yeah, it's too early to be causing shit with someone fast, and that's just how it's gonna go. And hopefully, we have a couple more chances at it, and I'll get a couple W's because, like I said, in the exhibition races, I'm tired of finishing third in this thing.
Well, you got one better here this evening. You come home in position number 2, but so close to tasting victory here this evening. But big picture, counting those, stacking those pennies, keeping yourself in contention here for that championship, keeping yourself out of trouble. not making any enemies out there on the racetrack is always a good thing to do, as you pull it up on the podium still in one piece. You roll it onto the trailer and not having to worry about putting too much work into that 9 ride before next Monday's event. As Corey, a great run and a great performance here at USA International Speedway here this evening, man. Who would you like to thank for such a great run tonight?
Um, I guess first and foremost, my wife. She puts up with me doing this and supports it pretty well. I actually just bought her own mini stock to race in real life. So anybody looking to sponsor a mini stock, let me know. And then CFM Esports, the guys over there. It's actually kind of cool. Me and Tyler both race for the same setup shop. I'm actually starting my own trailer repair. I do it professionally. I'm kind of going to start doing it on the side. So I'm going to call it Dirty Rhino Mobile Trailer Repairs. Then my buddies Jim and Charlie, they watch, and thank you for putting on the broadcast. Tyler Bowman, he's actually racing in the league now, but like I always say, it adds like 10 extra horsepower when your car looks good. So go get a wrap from him, and then Dustin and everyone for putting on the league.
Absolutely, brother. Well, great run, a great race here this evening. Maybe next week, don't lead the first lap. That way you can lead the next 59. Instead, this week you did it the opposite. You lead basically the first 59 laps, except for the last one here is the Time Machine. Corey, you were so fast all day long, so close to being in victory lane. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Monday, and hopefully one spot better and up in victory lane and not letting T-Jack steal it away from you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Beauty. Well, Corey, enjoy the second place finish here this evening. Congratulations on the great run nonetheless. And can't wait to see you back out there, brother. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher, Corey Sibley. Sibley coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for the 9 ride of Corey Sibley. As we'll get ready to pull in the other 9 ride there at the front of the field. The 09 ride is officially scored as the 09 of Michael Olson. As Olson coming home in position number 3, we'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Michael, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, Aaron?
Not much, Michael, man. A great run, a great race here for you. You had a front row seat there late in this race to the Corey Sibley and Tyler Jackson show as they put on a great battle there late in this race. But we saw you and the other 9 ride, Corey Sibley, put on a great battle for a lot of laps throughout the middle of this race as you two duked it out there for a lot of laps. Looked like you were going to be maybe one of those cars to beat here this evening. Unfortunately, a couple of those restarts, you kind of got shoveled around there a little bit, and then you were able to work yourself back up into third. Just unfortunately not quite quick enough there at the last little bit of this race to be right there to make some moves and dice things up there with Corey Sibley or Tyler Jackson.
Yeah, I think we just we used up a little bit too much tire trying to fight back around some of those guys that I had to pass 6-7 times tonight, because it seemed like every time a caution came out, I got stuck behind them again. So have to fight past them, use some more tire than you like to use, and we were just kind of a sitting duck there at the end. When it came down to it, I think we were a third place car at the end of the race. Early on, I think we were probably the fastest car on the track, but um, sometimes you lose sight of the end of the race in the middle of the race, and you just use up a little bit too much.
Absolutely. Using up a little bit too much equipment there. Maybe pushing a little bit too hard through the middle section. Just unfortunately not quite enough there at the end. But man, you were right there to still put on a great show and a great race for us here late in this one. As they pull it up in position number 3. Still a very solid day at the racetrack. To be able to keep, 23 other very fast cats back there behind you and pull it up here onto the podium, knowing that, Tyler Jackson, Corey Sibley were the 2 cars that beat you here this evening. You gotta have your head up, held up high here, knowing that you still had such a great run here at the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, any night that you go into the race leading the points and you come out with an even bigger points lead, it's a pretty good night. We put together a pretty good night, or pretty good pretty good race last week between winning and running second in qualifying and getting some heat race points. And tonight we were able to win a heat race, and third pay is enough points to give you a nice little boost or past those people that were behind you. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's all about staying consistent and trying to talk to you every week and put together enough races here to separate you going into the last race of the year where you kind of not have to sweat too hard thinking you got a good shot at the championship. So that's all it's about at this point. Um, anything other than that, a win's a win, a championship's a championship.
Absolutely. Always chasing those crown jewels, always trying to get the big checks at the end of the season. The little race wins here and there, they're nice to get, but to keep yourself out of trouble, keep yourself consistent. As you said, you got to stack those pennies if you want to run for a championship. And so far, you're 2 for 2 here in the first 2 weeks of the season. Michael, congratulations on another good third place run here this evening. But who would you like to thank for another great run, another great race, and another trip up here into the broadcast booth here to start the season?
Like always, just gotta thank the guys that helped me in real life. I don't got none of that online sim setup shop stuff supporting me here, so it's Thierry's Race Engines, GeForce Race Cars, Swindell Speed Lab, John Belando of 56 Graphics. He makes some pretty badass cars for me, so it's just my privilege to drive them. Obviously, I gotta thank you for putting on the broadcast every week. It's always nice being able to go to lunch on a Tuesday and rewatch it and see what we did right, what we did wrong. Dustin and the whole committee in the league, they do a hell of a job with this league and they police stuff really well. So, yeah, hats off to them, to you, and obviously to Tyler and Corey too on an excellent run.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Michael, a great run, a great drive here in this one. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack next Monday. Hopefully, we'll see you go 3 for 3 and bring that number 9 ride right back up here into the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better, and back up here into victory lane in our third race of the season.
Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed if you keep yours crossed.
Perfect. Michael, enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the third place run here this evening.
Yep, thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place driver, Michael Olson, as Olson comes home there in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for the 09 ride. As John Belnando Jr. coming in with that like on the stream as well. Amy Marie Stefanski also coming in, showing the love with that heart reaction. Says it's Jacob Stefanski's Dirty 30 tomorrow. Happy birthday, happy 30th birthday to Jacob Stefanski tomorrow. Mama loves you, Amy Marie Stefanski says up in the chat. Huge shout to Jacob with the birthday tomorrow. Maybe we get a little happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you. Ow, let's go. Happy birthday to Mr. Jacob Stefanski. Enjoy the Dirty 30, brother. Mine's coming up here in a couple months. I turn the Dirty 30 as well, so I'm right there with you, my boy. I'm right there with you. Yo, Craig Michael Deacon, my boy Craig coming in, showing the love as well. The like on the stream. How are you, Craig? Coming in, showing the big love here this evening. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here this evening, man. A lot of great racing action, a lot of fun here on the evening. Unfortunately, though, that will be the end of it as racing's come to a close. The Demolition Derby is over, and we are going to hit the hay. But listen, I can't thank each and every one of you coming in, showing the love here. I can't thank you guys enough. Showing the love with all the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the followers, new subscribers, or members, or anyone that came in and showed the love here throughout the broadcast. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow evening as we get some more racing action tomorrow night. We'll be back in at I believe around 9 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be doing some NASCAR truck racing tomorrow evening once again. It'll be another great show, a lot of great racing, and yeah, we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Pretty much same place, same time, and I can't wait to see you guys back up in the chat cheering these drivers on, as I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Much love, chat. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!